has a couple of middle guards that were trouble. Hey, since 2015, Bo Pelini's last season was 2014. You see Nebraska's defense hasn't quite been up to that standard, though they're hoping to get there very soon. Scott Frost played quarterback here and had a great career as a defensive back in the NFL and has now turned into that Nebraska legacy as a coach. But he's not a screamer. Maybe got a little bit of that from Osborne, but says he got it from his parents, both of whom are coaches and in the Nebraska High School Hall of Fame, by the way, as well. Said the worst he ever heard his dad say was Judas Priest. But Scott admitted to finally raising his voice last week to tell Adrian Martinez to run the ball. It worked, but quiet, confident. That's what you see on the practice field when we had Scott Frost wired up this week.
Walk, here we go. Let's get started now. Come on.
We talked all week about the team not panicking no matter what happened, just falling back on your training and doing your job as fast as hard as you can do it.
Push, Bryce. Let's go. Next play. Let's go. Let's go. Pick your ass up. Let's go. Andy, why aren't we going fast? Why aren't we going fast?
I love watching our defense get better and improve, just like our whole team is getting better and improved. And I can't wait to see where this thing goes.
Go fast! Power left hand. What up, Leo? It's just being a ball player, running down and being aggressive. That's all it is.
I think this is the guy they really want to see. Maria, you got Scott Frost with you.
I think this is the man with the master plan over here. It's just being a ball player and making plays, and he's done that here at Nebraska. He's been a part of a national championship team. And over the last 10 games, Scott Frost is 7-3 here in Lincoln, Nebraska. First of all, Coach, what do you think about this scene that showed up behind us Saturday morning?
This is unbelievable. I'm so glad you guys are here. I'm grateful that you're here because the nation needs to see these fans. There's no better fans anywhere, and we love them.
One of the favorite quotes that we had in the production meeting is something that you plaster all over your facility, and it's playing with a desire to excel and no fear of failure. So describe the way that you have produced this program and kind of the motto that you want to have throughout.
You know, as a player, I learned this. If you go out and you're worried about a mistake, if you're worried about what your coach is going to say to you if you make a mistake, it's crippling. I don't want our guys thinking about that. If they miss a tackle, if they drop a ball, I don't want them worried about it. I just want them to go make the impact play, the splash play, the play that's going to change the game. And in order to do that, they got to play free.
Okay, we've seen the impact plays. We've seen your players play free. Where are you on the growth process and building here?
We are where we are. We're somewhere on the path of where we were and where we're going to be. It's exciting. The great thing is every time we get an opportunity like today, we get to go play a great team today, and we get to measure ourselves. It's not going to be very long before people are going to be worried about us. We get a chance today to prove it.
Every day is a chance to prove something new. I was talking to Adrian Martinez yesterday, and he said one of the coolest things is I get to play for a coach that has done it here before. What's the biggest challenge that you think for him moving forward, and what do you continue to challenge him with every day?
You know, I think with Adrian and me and all the coaches, we kind of have the weight and expectations of all these people on our shoulders because everybody wants it to be what it should be again. We're headed that direction. Adrian can't think about that too much. He just needs to be a college student. He just needs to be a teammate and go out and play the best he can. The rest is going to take care of itself.
Okay, what do you need the fans to take care of as you welcome Ohio State into this stadium here tonight, Coach? What do you need? I think they're telling you a little bit.
We better get a couple false start penalties and make it tough for them on third down.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, Scott Frost, your head coach here. They're still bowing down to you, Coach, and good luck tonight for sure.
Thank you, Maria.
Scott, Maria, thank you. And if they're going to make it tough on third down, the other side's going to make it tough on that black shirt defense on third down because the man who will wear this jersey tonight, Justin Fields, has accounted for 19 touchdowns. That's second in the nation. You know the story of Fields, a highly touted recruit, number 2 overall, signed with his home state Georgia Bulldogs, could not unseat Jake Fromm and decided in January to transfer to Ohio State. He was granted immediate eligibility there, so he's able to play without sitting out, and that has been a good turn of events for the Buckeyes. The numbers are terrific. 92.5 QBR, accounting for nearly 258 yards per game. So the question about Fields becomes, what do you do with him? Nebraska's been very good at getting pressure, and that would at least be one start to it tonight.
I think the start, ironically enough, is not with Fields. It's with Dobbins. If you're going to stop Fields from throwing the football, you better stop Ohio State's ability to run the ball. If you've not seen Ohio State play, you saw them last year. You saw Dwayne Haskins throwing 50 touchdown passes. It's a very different approach this year with Ryan Day. He's got an athletic quarterback who they move around a lot, but J.K. Dobbins is not getting the national recognition he deserves. So if Nebraska wants to stop somebody, you stop number 2 and then try to get Fields into 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8. He's been throwing like it's pass skeleton so far in the first 4 games. Try to get pressure on him, but you got to stop that running game first.
If I was a defensive coach trying to stop Fields, number 1, he's young. So I'd put some new exact blitzes in, not to hit him, not to sock him, but just to hit him.
Yeah.
And then the next thing, I'd mix up my coverages, man and zone. I'd play a lot more zone. I'd nickel and dime him, make him short, and then throw a few quarters, but not many quarters, throw the nickel and dime passes.
Even though Fields is extremely talented, he hasn't played a lot of football. So
That's
you're right,
what I said.
Coach. I would try to throw some looks at him that he has yet to see. I would put a spy on him. Don't forget, he's about 6'3", 225 pounds, very strong, a great runner. You have to put probably your best tackler as a spy on Fields just in case he breaks contain. And the last thing I would do is make him beat me throwing the ball. Prove to me that you can beat my defense throwing the ball. Make him sit in that pocket and have to go through his progression and make accurate throws.
Kid can spin it.
Yeah,
he can.
yeah. But he hasn't been challenged, though. You know what I mean?
No, and what's amazing to me is they have 4 new starters on the offensive line from last year. They lost 3 guys to the NFL at wide receiver, and here comes that next wave of wide receivers. No one's really talking about the receiver play. Receiver play has been outstanding for Ohio State.
That's because J.K. Dobbins has been killing it.
They have some depth there, too. Some young receivers coming along for the Buckeyes tonight that Nebraska will have to deal with. Much more coming on this game as we wind our way through this beautiful morning in Lincoln. 371 consecutive sellouts in that stadium. It'll be sold out again tonight. 7:30 Eastern Time. Chris Bauer, Kirk Herbstreit, Maria will have the call on ABC, and it's streaming live on the ESPN app. Still to come, who is the best team ever? Winners of the game of the century, team that had 6 first-team All-Americans. How about Johnny the Jet Rogers, the 71 Huskers, best of all time? And after a close loss to Georgia last week, Brian Kelly said things aren't getting easier. Irish better not underestimate Virginia today.
You want to talk about defining games. It wasn't tonight. It'll be next week.
FB 150 panel as the top team of all time. I mean, these dudes, they had 6 first-team All-Americans on there. You see the list right now. I'll tell you, a lot of great teams. You're always differentiating, but sometimes you get a little overly influenced by your youth. First season, I remember 1971, that great Nebraska team with Rich Glover and Jerry Taggy and Jeff Penny. I'm on board with them being the best team of all time. Who's the best team
You
you've
would
ever
say
seen?
71 over 95 Nebraska? I think they all think 95 Nebraska.
What do you think,
over
95?
95 or 71?
It doesn't matter.
Say Nebraska, period.
It doesn't matter what you say to them, they're going to cheer and yell. So.
I'm going with the 01 Canes. They have so much talent. Ken Dorsey, Ed Reed, Clinton Portis.
15 first-rounders on that roster.
Yeah,
that was a good team.
Canes.
I mean, all of the teams that made that list are strong. I'm going to spin it to present day. I want to say, what if I could take all you guys and erase all your preconceived notions, but you keep all your football expertise, you've dropped in, you've seen nothing but this season. Who's the best team in the country?
Wow, I think the best team I've seen, I would probably say Ohio State. Yeah, I think offensively, defensively, they got this guy Chase Young, who's just a wrecking ball at the defensive position. I would say the Buckeyes.
I would say the exact same thing.
Really?
I mean, you talk about offensive, defensive lines, running the football, taking care of the football, being dominant from start to finish. I would say so far, if you were dropped in out of a planet and you had to do nothing and no
That's the thing is you have to take away any preconceived thoughts. And I agree. It's crazy. We all agree on Ohio State. What I would say is offense, defense. But when you play inferior opponents, you do that.
But you're
on every phase.
Like they've done.
You can't help who you're playing.
Exactly.
You can help how you play against them.
Right.
And they've been hitting on all cylinders on both sides of the ball.
No doubt about it.
So
Very impressive.
LSU is very close to me.
Yeah, but defense against Texas. See, that's why I give Ohio State the edge.
Let me throw some analytics at you.
Okay.
If you go just what they've accomplished,
right?
You know who the #1 team in the country in strength of record is?
Who?
Auburn. Why not Auburn?
Offense.
Yeah, I agree.
You got to play offense.
Exactly. They're like ninth in the conference in offense.
But remember, you've got no preconceived notions. They're doing it.
I'm watching them.
They're doing it against elite competition. It's not.
And that's an important point. I mean, they're doing it against teams that are a lot better, so higher degree of difficulty. But Bo Nick's throwing for 100 yards a game.
It's what you're seeing, though.
I think LSU's that wild card out there. And the LSU-Alabama game, of course, is setting up to be a game of the century.
Oklahoma's a wild card, too.
Yeah.
The Sooners.
You're not scared to death of the LSU defense? You have 38 to Vanderbilt. Everybody's panicking.
Texas against Texas too. They look very vulnerable. So
I think you expected that, though.
Who was your team?
Who's your team?
You know what? I would still have to say, based on what I've seen, who would I pick to win? Be Clemson. But Ohio State's
I think LSU's that wild
need to see a
card
little
out
bit
there.
more from
And the
Oklahoma. We'll see
LSU-Alabama
some
game,
of that
of course,
from
is
the
setting
Sooners.
up.
They play Texas Tech today and Ohio State tonight. You know what these folks do? They know how to get ready for a football game now. Let's check in with Chef Brandon Hartzer and Pitmaster Shad Sanford from Single Bear Steakhouse. It's a Home Depot game day tailgate. What is that, like Flintstone